Assalamu alaikum. Hi friends, this is Shoaib. Today I'm gonna give a tutorial on making a PNG image, something like this, wherein there is no background for the image. So I'll show you a step-by-step procedure of doing it. First, open your image in Photoshop and you'll find the layer like this, named as background, and it's been locked. So let's double click on this layer and unlock it. Name the layer as say PNG layer. The color, keep it at none. The mode, keep it at normal. The opacity, set it to 100% and click OK. Now let's make another arrangement. Go to window over here, okay, this window, then click this option which says mask. Okay, you get a mask box over here. So we're gonna ignore this for now, and only in the last step we'll make some adjustments in mask. Okay, for now just keep it ready. So first thing, go to your pen tool over here, click this option, and let's mark the points around the image in the way I'm gonna do it. Okay, let's zoom in for better clarity. You to zoom in. For zooming in, press Control plus. Okay, Control plus to zoom in, Control minus to zoom out. So let's zoom in even further to get a better clarity of the pixels I have. Now I'm gonna mark my points in such a way that you see this translucent part over here, which is like, by translucent I mean you can partially see the background from it, and you see this part over here which is like opaque. By opaque I mean you cannot see the background of the image. So we're gonna mark our points from the opaque part onwards and not from the translucent part onwards. So let's start our first point from here. Okay, I'm ignoring the translucent part and taking only the opaque part into consideration. Ignore the translucent part, okay? It's very important. The reason why I'm stressing only on opaque part and not on the translucent part is because when you make the PNG image, the background also comes around the border of this person, and it looks unpleasant in many cases. So in order to avoid that, we just ignore this translucent part and we mark points only around the opaque parts. Excuse me. Only the opaque parts, not the translucent parts. I've done this a lot of times, so I'm doing it quite fast. It's no big deal for me. But if you're a beginner, I would always suggest you do it as slowly as possible to get a very clear result. The more carefully you do this, the more clearer your result would be. Almost, sorry. In case if you've done a mistake, just press Ctrl Z, and in case you want to go back to that step again, press Ctrl Z again. Ctrl Z is to toggle between the previous step and the present step. Ctrl Z. Now we are near his head. Ctrl Z. When you reach his head, be very careful in making your points. Ctrl Z. Because this part is very important part of the image. Ctrl Z. His hairs, very decent personality. His name is Sami Yusuf, a singer, and my favorite, apart from Linkin Park and the others. Very simple person. Oops, done a mistake. See? his beard. Now we are at the second half of the image. You don't need to be much careful once you are done with your head. The head is the most important part of the image, and you've got to be very careful for the head, because you make a mistake in it, it spoils the entire image. Whereas in the coat and the dressing part, if you make mistakes, it's not so noticeable as it is in the case of head. Almost there. So now what slowly is happening is the color of his trousers are merging with the color of the background. In this situation, we could get this confusion between what the background is and what the images. So, and to avoid such confusion, what you gotta do is just press control minus to zoom out and check where exactly the image is and where exactly the background is. Once you got a clear idea of that, once again zoom in and continue with your work, because when you're zoomed in you won't get a clear idea of exactly what the image is. You just have a clarity of the pixels. There's a small gap over here, so we took it, and the last point away. We started with this point, we ended with this point. Okay, our selection is complete now. Now let's look for some gaps. Let's look if there are any gaps in the image. Near the head there are no gaps, and here we have one gap. So let's fill this gap too also. Zoom in further, make your points. There you are. So we are done with our selection part, our pen selection part. Now let's make the mask selection. So click this, not this option, just right click on the image, okay, and select this option which says make selection. Okay, click this option. You'll get a make selection pop-up. Keep the feather radius at 0 pixels. The anti-alias box, keep it checked, and this new selection will be selected by default, and click OK. You get a selection around the image, something like this. Okay, and click this option which says add layer mask. Okay, you got a layer, you got the background removed from this person. Now for some people the result might be something like this, so don't get worried. All you gotta do is come here to this mask box which I asked you to open in the beginning, and click this button which says invert. Okay, this invert is to toggle between the image free from the background and the background free from the image, something like this. See, not to worry. So in case you got this kind of result, just click invert and you got your result. So let's crop our image. Click this button to crop, to give it a more precise look, so that we can insert a background in it. And just double click and go to file, save as, format, let's say PNG, desktop. I'll save it at desktop and name it as, say, PNG image, and click on save. You get a PNG options pop-up. Interlace, keep it at none, and click OK. So you're done with this much. Let's see how our PNG image is now. There you are, a very clean result. And thank you so much for watching my video. In case you get doubts, do let me know. You have a great day. Jazakallah khair.